The same bloodline dynasty has been running America all along and still is.
What is happening? Something is going on. Can you feel the way?
Hi, welcome to Spiral Into It. I'm Fisk Smith. When the subject of conspiracy theory comes up in any casual conversation, any mention of David Icke is sure to raise eyebrows. He is unquestionably the Muhammad Ali of this genre. The British monarchy, the origin of Christianity, esoteric knowledge, and shape-shifting reptiles. It's all here. What is impressive about Icke, whether you agree with him or not, is the exhaustive detail and research that went into this presentation at ConspiracyCon in the spring of 2001. Sit back and marvel, and remember, if you substitute the shape-shifting reptile metaphor with evil, it all tends to make pretty good sense. What is happening? Something is going on. Can you feel the way?
After Columbus set the sequence of events that led to the Europeans coming in and taking over America, we had the colonial rule of America from Britain by the Crown. Then we had this thing called the American Revolution, which, when I've looked at it, was little more than the move from in-your-face dictatorship from London to covert control from London, which continues to this day. And I'm certainly not saying this about all the founding fathers by any means, but some of them, some of the people that, patriots go, misty-eyed about, were people put in there by the British Crown to ease this move from colonial control, which you could see, touch, and taste, to covert control, which continues to this very minute. This guy, Benjamin Franklin, who was one of the chief Scottish Rite Freemasons in America, spent most of his time in the run-up to the Revolution parked in London. He was a member of a notorious secret society that was involved in blood-drinking ritual, which these bloodlines have been all along, called the Hellfire Club, which was headed by a British government minister and, of course, Sir Francis Dashwood, and also had members of the royal family in its ranks, doing its rituals in caves near a place called Wickham, north of London. And a few years ago, I'm sure this wasn't reported too much in the American press, they were renovating Benjamin Franklin's house at that time, a place called Craven Street near Trafalgar Square. And when they're turning it into a Benjamin Franklin museum or something, and when they dug the floor up, they found 10 bodies, 6 of them children, and they dated them to the period that Franklin was there. And this story is saying, well, he must have been into body snatching for medical research. When you see some of the things the Hellfire Club was involved in, maybe there's just another explanation here. And when you, again, look at some of the other key founding fathers, like, early leaders, like George Washington, he was from a British aristocratic bloodline. And he was a very, very high-ranking Scottish Rite Freemason. Here's a picture of him in his stuff. And the inauguration, what was it, 1789, was a Freemasonic ceremony in Washington. This is his, must have done a lot of washing up. This is his apron or something, I don't know what they do. And the other thing I understand about Washington, this man who helped to free America from the British Crown, he was a member of the Knights of the Garter, which is the major kind of society controlled by the British royal family that is one of its major arms of manipulation. I think there's more to know about George myself. And then there's Thomas Jefferson, who said that all men are created equal by having 200 black slaves. Can I have a word with you a bit, Tom? I just want a bit of a contradiction there. I'm sure there is if I thought about it. And so we come down through this stream of presidents, 43 only, to this guy. And when you just think about it, you know, on a basic level, there's apparently about 260 Americans now, this minute. If you add them all up since 1776, how many people have called themselves Americans? Out of that massive people, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions. And not only that, from a very diverse genetic pool because of the nature of how the people have came to the United States, 43 only have become president. And it's like a family gathering if they have all got together. I mean, what are the statistical chances of that, never mind anything else? It's a scam. The same bloodline dynasty has been running America all along and still is. Would you buy a used car from those eyes? I don't think I would myself.